Look at the UPS killer. A chilling new timeline of the Rampage as a driver armed with stolen guns silently and purposefully targeted his colleagues. Good evening, I'm Alan Martin.
And I'm Veronica Dela Cruz. We're getting our most detailed account yet of the UPS shooting. Police tracing the movements of the gunman as he opened fire on drivers before killing himself. KPIX 5's Susie Steimle on how it all started as a normal work day. Susie?
Well, that's right, Veronica. It did start as such a normal day, doing what they do every morning in the morning meeting, and then it took this dramatic turn, which is why it's been so hard for these UPS drivers. Now, police today gave us the first detailed account of what really happened. They tell us they're poring over items taken from Jimmy Lam's apartment, like multiple cell phones, laptops, and a journal. They're hoping that might explain the why in this story. That's still unknown, but the how? They told us today. We now know what the shooter, Jimmy Lam, looked like, the weapon he used to take 4 lives that day, and exactly how he did it. But we still don't know why.
At this time, we have not established a motive for Mr. Lam.
Police also revealed Jimmy Lam's exact movements during the shooting. At 8:50 a.m., he stood shoulder to shoulder with his coworkers, stretching and preparing for the day during their morning meeting at the Potrero Hill facility. He opened fire without saying a word, mortally wounding Benson Louie and Wayne Chan. He then shot 2 other employees who survived. After that, he calmly walked past other UPS workers and left the building. At the corner of 17th and San Bruno, he shot Mike Lafitte several times. Lam then walked back into the UPS building and into the meeting room. That's when San Francisco police officers arrived and saw him standing over his first 2 victims. When Lam saw the officers, he put a gun to his head and killed himself.
Drivers are scared, they're frustrated, they're on edge.
Joseph Cilia of UPS's Teamsters Union says only 4 or 5 UPS employees in Jimmy Lam's unit have been able to return to work since the shooting. Everyone else is out on workers' compensation. For the drivers who are at work, there's no escaping the story.
A lot of the customers were greeting them and hugging them, and so it's really hard to do your route when you're constantly being reminded. They understand the customers are just trying to be helpful, but it's a constant reminder.
Now, we've known since the day of the shooting that 2 weapons were recovered on the scene. Today, we got a look at those, but police tell us only 1 was used. That's the one you saw images of in the story. It's known as a MAC-10, a semi-automatic pistol. That was stolen from Utah. The other weapon we know was stolen here in California from Napa. Veronica.
All right, Susie Steimle live for us in San Francisco. Susie, we appreciate it. Thank you. One of the shooting victims, Mike Lafitte, was known affectionately as Big Mike, and today his family held a memorial service that was open to the public. His co-workers turned out along with people who got to know Big Mike along his delivery route.
And to open it up to the public and see so many, that's diverse. You got people from Diamond Heights coming, you got people that worked with him at UPS come together and share what we already knew about Mike. And it's just good to see that the outpour of love for him.
Mike Lafitte leaves behind a wife and 3 kids. He was 46 years old.